Talking with Shane O'Brien, who's the Mayor of Rockdale. Now Shane, one of the questions that's often asked of me, or said about the pool, is that it's in the wrong position. It's not close to public transport. What answer do you have for that?
Look, if we were building a city from scratch, maybe that'd be a legitimate position to take. But what you can't do is come into a highly urbanised area where we're now in the process of doing infill development because there's no more land to be released, and start saying, well, let's move something with a big footprint to another place. We want to start resuming people's houses and things like that. Maybe we could do it. The fact of the matter is, there is an accessible location here. It's been used for years. It's well known to the community. What we're seeking to do is to enhance it and ensure that the community gets the type of facility it deserves, not just the type of facility that it's had for years.
The other question is about the cost, and I know we've covered it in other occasions, but just briefly, a $15 million pool as compared to a $31 million pool.
What people need to understand is that when you build an asset, you don't just look at the build cost, you look at the whole of life cost. That includes its operations as well as the cost of building and maintenance. We build a pool, it'll have a 40-year lifespan. So if we put in place a facility that cannot make money, requires heavy subsidy, only caters to a select part of the swimming community, we are stuck with that model for 40 years. And what that means is high subsidies. What it means for ratepayers is that the rates that you pay every year will need to have much higher proportions of those put over to subsidising the pool than if we had a more comprehensive facility that catered for more people. What we have in council budgets are essentially two sets of money. There's capital expenditure money to build new things, and then there's an operational budget to run everything. You can't mix the two across the two types of spending. You either build and spend your capital money, and then you operate. Now there are restrictions placed on us. If we do a low-cost build and there's high operating costs, all that money comes out of the rates that you pay and businesses in this community pay every year. And that means at some point we'll have to say, sorry, we're not doing Meals on Wheels anymore. Sorry, we've got to reduce the opening hours of our branch libraries. Or sorry, we've got to reduce our garbage collections. Or alternatively, we'll have to say, you've got to pay more rates to get the same level of service. It's a very short-sighted and it's a highly politicised argument. If you're serious about saving ratepayers money, then you look at the build cost and the 40-year operating cost, because that's where ratepayers get hit, in that 40-year operating cost.
Thank you, Shane.